Hey guys, and welcome to another exciting episode of Freaky Tortellini. Today's story is called "It Will Get Worse," and
sure it will.
It was. I think it's completely appropriate, and it was suggested by MD Phantasm.
So Phantasm,
Very noble
for sending your request.
Yes, I am. Shut up.
Haha!
One night, I was really bored.
Whoa!
I had nothing to do, so I put on my TV.
Well, as a dress.
I took control and set me on the couch. I could not find a good program, so I thought I would go to bed. I could put on my PlayStation 3, but the only 2 games I had were a few Call of Duty games and Tekken Tag Tournament.
There's something with that. There's something with that
Sentence.
Yeah, it's really not clicking.
I really had no desire to play games. What?
Has reached the judgment.
Right, okay, I'm going to have another crack at that sentence.
Wow.
Tekken Tag Tournament second, I really had no desire to play games, has reached the judgment. So I went into my room and would sleep when I saw my Mario toy that I found at a garage sale. It reminded me that I had a GameCube in the attic.
What?
I opened the door to the attic and climbed up, lit the lamp, punctuation, and started looking for my old console. After about 10 minutes, I find...
Well, right now? Is it happening right this second?
a cardboard box, and on it stood the GameCube with accessories.
What? On it stood the GameCube, so it was
on
top.
It wasn't in the box.
He didn't know how to pack.
How silly, you thought it was in the box?
That's the real scare. I took down the box and packed it up. I found many games I remember that I played when I was younger, but what caught my attention was Mario Sunshine. I brought the game in the console and connected up it to my TV. I was worried that it would not work, for the console was so dusty.
But it's because you didn't put it in a fucking box, you idiot.
You just left it on top of the fucking box.
But when I started, it worked fine, except that it sounded a bit more than what I remembered it would, but it did nothing.
Wait, I don't know what just happened. Words came from you, but they didn't mean anything.
It's like, I know what those words mean, but not in that order.
Do you have some sort of cipher for me to decode what you just... Are you trying to sneak this past the Germans or something? What did you just say?
The well-known Mario Sunshine title appeared on the screen before I played. I ran into the box and dug, it really hurt, and dug out my memory card
Was he like really small?
so I could play the same track that so many years ago.
What is he even saying?
That's a sentence. I ran into
No, it's
the
not a
box
sentence.
and dug out my memory card so I could play the same track that so many years ago. I pushed in the memory card and started on the console. I insulted its mum and everything. Gave it a few jabs. It just wouldn't respond. But all the saves were completely empty and had 0 stars. I did not care so much, I just started.
Didn't he just say he wanted...
I did not go to school or learn English.
There was no cutscene, the beginning, but just... There was no cutscene in the beginning, but just went straight to the game. But then something strange happened. When I tried to move Mario, came up a text that read game over.
Because you suck at English so fucking much, that's why.
And after that, I came to the menu again, the same thing happened. I would just turn off the console, but then it came up a text and it stood.
It stood up and wanted to be counted.
Do not turn, you will regret it. I got scared, so I turned off the console, but the game did not shut. It got a new text. It said, "You cannot win." It stood for about 10 seconds, and then I saw Mario on the screen and strangled Peach.
Finally!
I love this big long sentence, and then the following sentence is, Mario just looked at me. Peach then started asking Mario for mercy. Then she started... Then she
started screaming in panic.
Because who needs to proofread? When Mario started to smile at me, Peach spat out blood, and then there was the screen black. I could not move. I was frozen with fear and shock. After 5 minutes, I was able to touch me.
I found it. I found it so hot.
Wait.
After 5 minutes, I discovered masturbation.
I finally found my kinking life.
Oh my shit.
Choking chicks.
This story is absolutely bamboozling me.
Do you hear that, internet? Shadow Wolf's been bamboozled.
Oh, there it is.
no.
I was able to touch me. I noticed how sweaty I had become.
Really helping your case.
I noticed how sweaty I had become of fear, so I decided to take a shower. I had showered.
Wash the shame off.
I had showered in a few minutes. It became current interruption. Did they just like write this in Chinese and then Google translate it? Everything
Curse you,
became
babelfish.
everything became dark and the shower stopped working. I took a towel dried myself and would go to the cabinet.
A towel dried.
But I saw that from another room came a light. It was the room I had my TV in. I walked into the room and my TV was obviously on.
I thought he was going to say he walked into his TV.
And the screen I saw was Yasha! He laid down on the ground in muscle cramps. He rolled over and vomited up a yellow and red pine.
Eat this pine cone here, will amuse me.
I just pictured him like puking a tree. Yoshi's mouth began to move as he said with a silent and painful voice, "You would not have turned, just do as he says." Then there was a black screen and a text which it stood.
What?
"We told you to change your mind. The next time it gets worse." Then it popped up a demonic face of Mario with no eyes and a sick and twisted demonic smile.
What was his eyes, red and black, and were they bleeding hyper-realistic blood?
No,
That's
Matt.
20 shots right
Do
there.
we need to... I mean, we could always pop down the shops and get some vodka or something.
Oh,
Then
God.
I saw myself from behind like there was a camera behind me. I turned around but no one was there. Then I looked at the screen again. It was like someone had at a webcam on the forehead camera, bobbing up and down like that with the camera ran.
It's like the longer the sentences go on, the more he struggles. It's like, fuck, what am I saying?
I saw how he ran into my room and sat on the bed.
On fire.
I turned off my TV and ran into my room. On the bed sat my Mario toy. But now, it was not a nice smile like before now had the same demonic face on my television. I swear to God, I am reading this exactly as it is written.
So a new thing we've learned, I think it's we've corroborated some proof here that plushies are doorways to evil.
Yeah,
And
toys
bad
are
grammar.
scary.
And bad language.
Yeah. I fell down on the floor with fear and shock. I took
Wait, do you know fear and shock? His two friends. He fell down with them.
I took Mario toy and Super Mario Sunshine game and they threw in the woods.
I threw Mario toy and Super Mario game in woods. Ooh. It's like he's a fucking caveman. Jesus.
It may have been my imagination, but I thought I saw a figure with a red hat and red clothes who was watching me behind a tree.
Red hat, red clothes, figure, stand by tree. Oh.
I went back into the house and looked at the clock.
Doc.
I saw that it was 12:30. I went into my room and fell asleep. I woke up at 12 by the doorbell rang.
What?
I thought it was strange that someone rang so late, but I went and opened the door. There was no one out there, but it's in a box. I took no thing. On the box it said, "From Mario." I opened the box. There was Mario toy that I have just thrown away, and a Mario disc, but it was not Super Mario Sunshine. Instead, it was Mr. Bloodshine. And during the game, there was a note on it. Was what we said, it will get worse.
That's the end. That's the end.
Could one of you two please tell me, because I have a few questions about this. So
I'm sure we all do.
Matt, if you could just from the beginning, just walk me through it.
Right. Apparently, someone's about to tell you a story, but then you fell down a long flight of stairs, but they kept trying to tell you the story. And that's about it.
Oh my
You know,
god.
like-
Wait, Mario did what? Oh, bang! I hit my head on the floor.
You know what the grammar in this reminds me of? It's like when you have a really interesting dream and somebody tells you something really important and you try and remember it the next day. That's what this sounds like. Just, what did he say? I think he said, I could not move after 5 minutes. I was able to touch me. I think he said.
Something about bread lasers.
Yeah. Something about bread CDs, which are now available on Amazon from Matt's official store. So, what are our final thoughts on this one? This was...
Oh.
Well, honestly,
Oh, ow. Ow.
Yeah, Shadow just punched himself in the chest.
well, because he's a raging retard.
Fuck you.
Well, clearly that's retard strength. What else can you count it as? Anyway, well, this was bad, but on the bright side, it's still not as bad as either Thomas or Jurassic Park 3: The Lost World.
I think Lost World was Jurassic Park 2.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Oh, any Jurassic Park that isn't
Yeah,
Jurassic
and
Park
it's Jurassic
1.
Park that isn't the first one. Yeah. So this had nothing to do with dinosaurs, but you know what? It actually had Yoshi in it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, he was hurt because the chick used her Jim Carter and kicked him on some punji poles or something.
yes. Okay, so fuck this story. Yeah. Thank you for watching.
And fuck Jurassic Park 2 and 3.
Thank you for watching Bad Creepypasta once again. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that video and would like to see more like it, then click my ridiculous face to subscribe. Alternatively, you can subscribe to my new channel where I do dramatic readings of creepypastas. Thanks very much to MD Phantasm for suggesting this story. If you've got a story suggestion or just want to leave some feedback on what you thought, then feel free to use the comment section below. Have a fantastic day and we'll see you soon.